they ditched that.
Yeah.
The moment Boruto began.
The Tin Tails always likes to eat the Tin Tails, and they let themselves to become a fruit for their stronger partner to consume. Yotsusuke, I mean. Fair enough. The Tin Tails always eat Yotsusuke, and they let themselves become a fruit for their stronger partner to consume. The thing with the fruit is, I feel like it's molding the chakra, and essentially, because like okay, so they can like condense their body into the karma seal without turning into a fruit. So all of the data is there and can be retained. So what does the fruit do if you're not losing anything either way? It's got to do something to make it more worth it. Otherwise, there's not really a difference.
I think the fruit from the tree's perspective, anyway, is to just spread its seed.
I mean, in terms of like the Otsutsuki eating it.
Versus what? Wait, what's the alternative option?
So specifically, like Kinshiki turning himself into a fruit for Momoshiki, compared to like the karma seal. Do you think anything's lost? Because it seems like the better the fruit harvest, the more quality, quantity, nonsense shenanigans. But because chakra contains memories and chakra contains everything, and then the karma seal contains everything, it feels like the Otsutsuki don't lose anything, whether they're eaten as is or transformed into a fruit or karma seal or whatever. So I feel like the fruit itself has to have serving some other function that makes it higher quality in some other regard.
Well, the karma seal thing doesn't make any sense in that scenario with Kinshiki. Like, I guess Momoshiki can put a karma on Kinshiki and gain his power by overwriting him and taking it over or whatever might happen. Is that the alternative?
No, my point isn't Kinshiki doing a karma seal. My point isn't Kinshiki's karma seal. My point is the karma seal is a concept in general.
But yeah, the karma seal is Momoshiki implanting himself into Boruto so that it extracts and overwrites Boruto, versus the fruit would be giving Boruto all of Momoshiki, but Momoshiki, it's basically the fruit would allow Boruto to gain Momoshiki, whereas the karma seal allows Momoshiki to gain Boruto. It's almost like the karma seal is Momoshiki turning Boruto in a fruit in a 10-year process.
I mean,
if that makes sense.
I don't know why you're using specific examples. I just said it was a concept.
Well, because there's the difference right there, though. Because the karma seal would be a much more difficult method of I feel like that's just the difference. Like,
I feel like the fruit and the karma seal are serving the exact same function, though. They're described in the same way. They both compress data and store it. Everything.
Yeah, they are similar, but they have a difference. The difference I just said. If Momoshiki turns himself into a fruit, he doesn't overwrite Boruto. But if he turns himself into the karma seal, he overwrites Boruto.
I'm talking about in terms of efficiency, though. Like, you're just not thinking about it in the same way. You're thinking about it in terms of practicality.
You're saying there's no difference.
No, that's absolutely not what I'm saying. That was not my point. My point is to say the difference has to be something else.
Else than what?
Than this concept.
What concept?
We're moving on.
Specifically. What is the... Because I gave you the difference.
It's what they gain. It's what they gain from each.
Yeah. So Momoshiki doesn't gain anything by turning into a fruit. He's giving it away. That's him giving away his power. The karma seal is him taking it from someone else in a long process.
You refuse to understand me sometimes. Being so difficult.
No, I don't. I just straight up am not understanding it. I want to understand. So you need to be specific. Lay out word by word the whole point. Stop giving me the half sentence vague things that aren't helping, man.
I already did from the get-go. You freaking didn't understand it. I'll explain it in a different way that hopefully you get this way. So, would
Hopefully, I mean, to be
Momoshiki...
fair, I was reading the following chat message that distracted me when you started the conversation, but I've been trying to backtrack this whole time.
God. So hypothetically...
Oh, wait, you already scrolled past it.
I didn't scroll. It's just automatically scrolling because I'm scrolled to the very bottom, so it just shows the latest chat messages. Hypothetically, if Kinshiki just gave Momoshiki his Karma Seal and it was fully extracted and just overlaid all of his power onto Momoshiki, would that be getting the same power, not abilities, the same power as the Kinshiki Chakra Fruit?
Well, okay. Under this hypothetical, are you assuming... Okay. Momoshiki is Kinshiki's karma. 100% extracted, and Kinshiki just chooses not to resurrect in this hypothetical.
Right.
And Momoshiki uses all of Kinshiki's chakra.
Yes.
Like, he's in the V2 state.
Exactly.
I think that is the same. Yes.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm getting at. So there needs to be a difference in some other regard with the chakra fruit to make it worth it. To make it have a quality harvest. It can't be this aspect of data. It has to be something else.
Well, no, because in the Kinshiki hypothetical here, what makes it worth it? The chakra fruit is instant.
Again, you're thinking about in terms of practicality.
Yeah, but that is a thing that makes it worth it for Kinshiki to turn into a fruit instead of a karma seal.
I'm not talking about specific instances, though. You're using specifics.
I know you're not, but that is the difference. There doesn't
in
need
this
to be
in
any
particular case. That was the difference in this case, yes. Because they were backed into a corner. If they had infinite time and ability to do whatever they want to get the most power they possibly could in any which way they wanted to, having all of the knowledge they possibly could have, what abilities and what limits do they contain?
Another difference, I guess, is a kind of a silly one, but would be that Momoshiki wouldn't need to use the Karma Seal. He would just be... just his natural state of existence would be the fruit thing instead of having to activate karma and potentially run out of karma or chakra or whatever nonsense they might do with that.
You know what? I feel like I explained this perfectly
Not
at the
to
beginning.
mention, I don't. Also, another one, which maybe you will like, hopefully, is you can't. As far as we know, okay, let's say Momoshiki gets Kinshiki's power via karma. I don't know that Momoshiki can just add on Kaguya's karma, but Momoshiki can eat Kinshiki's chakra fruit and go eat Kaguya's chakra fruit and get both. So you might not be able to overlay. I mean, you could do it, I guess, one at a time, but you can't do that if Kinshiki's not overwriting Momoshiki, because if otherwise Kinshiki takes over Momoshiki, and then you're having the wrong person take over the wrong person in that case. So you can't stack it in this case. So that'll be another one. The Otsutsuki want to eat several chakra fruits, not just one.
Yeah, but again, you're trying to think about it in practicality terms by looking at like loopholes long term.
It's the only thing that's different, Oodie. It's not in terms of the power itself.
It's the specifics that you're thinking of. That's why I was mentioning the molding of the chakra at the very beginning, but whatever.
I don't know the molding of the chakra part you said, because I wasn't paying attention whenever you said that.
Why, so we can move on.
Okay, well, either way, I hate to break it to you. The difference isn't the power, it's the practicality. You can stack chakra fruits, you get it instantly. Karma Seal, it's just impractical.
And I'm saying to isolate out the impracticality aspect of it, but that's the only aspect you freaking dare focus on. The one thing you're not supposed to.
There is no other difference. There's no difference in the power.
Then you're looking at it in a boring way. You're looking at freaking with all you know rather than what is possible.
Well, go for it, Oodie. Give me your wacky theory with no evidence.
Okay, the molding of the chakra. Thoughts?
Makes no sense. We can make that a clip. Molding of chakra makes no sense.
I was gonna have this be the chakra fruit makes no sense. I had already thought about that title mid-conversation. Anyway.